Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Golden Lab. Today we start Season 4 with LaBrahn and I'm hoping for a little bit more punch than we had with Season 4 of Ezzolini, which was obviously last week. LaBrahn is this week. We're going to get through the entire season. Now before I get into it, I'm going to explain that I am going to have to record ahead of time. I'm going to have to record I think the whole season, more or less, before I can get feedback, before I can get comments. So this season is going to be slightly different to previous ones, where I can't really take a lot of feedback. I'm just going to have to do my best and try and win. And you guys are going to have to try and back me. Still leave your feedback because, you know, I may still be able to see it and I may still be able to kind of get a good idea of it. But yeah. We've built our team. We've built everything up already. I'm just pre-warning you guys. That is the situation. So, Ezzolini stays the same. Chapman does not stay the same. Bregman goes in, who was at Hemlock. So that means Hemlock does change. Tristan Lupe goes in there from Wayland and Dino Pellegrini from April. We've, of course, kept the same team we had. Maldonado joins from Chapman. So Maldonado lost out their seat, basically. That's all that happened there. Is that a straight swap? No, so it's a rotation such as... So it's Lupe to Hemlock, Bregman to Chapman, and then Maldonado takes Chapman's old seat there. Chandler Dupont, free agent. Laframboise, free agent. They both go to Vernier. Steiner, Hemlock. So Hemlock's doubling up, changing twice. So April and Steiner. Just doing a straight swap there. Hostler and Rodriguez go into Knight from Pope and Vernier, which is why they've then got Dupont, who's a free agent. Campbell, free agent. Fisher from Knight, which is why Rodriguez, and that's the it's a lot of rotation. Okay. That's 10, 11, 12. I'm going to go down the middle. I'm going to go down the middle and hopefully that's a good decision. And we've got a pretty solid standard car there of 2600s across the board. First up is Stretto. It's a dangerous track. Our weakest element is our steering. But I think the engine's probably more important than that. So I'm going to go engine first up. 2800, that's an improvement. That will go to Paul Woods for now. I was rolling the dice at previous seasons. I'm not this time. Okay, it's going to be a wet quali. From start to finish by the looks of it. So try and set your lap out as early as we can when the water isn't as bad. But it doesn't look like you're really going to improve that much. Woods is in the zone. That's good. Morston's not focused up. Woods has got purple, but will that stay the same? At the minute, no, Moretti. Wow, Morstan was very much slower. Okay. So, second and third, and Woods has actually done a very good job of, like, being pretty close to Moretti there. Now, with Ezzolini last season, we did find it a little bit easier to focus on one component at a time. I think I'm going to do the same again. Perhaps not every single qualifying session or every tuning session, 35, but it does seem like we do a little bit better when we just focus on that one component and see what we can get out of it. 29. Yeah, all right, fine. It's about average. It's not great. So, of course, neither of our Ezzolini drivers, Romano or Vitali, have actually picked up a drive in this save, which is quite telling at how difficult it might be for us to actually win with those Ezzolini drivers when, you know, they're kind of unable to even get a drive in the equivalent season that we're of course in on this side of things. So yeah, that was not very good. So we do have a faster car than the Ezzolinis. That's interesting. However, it won't really matter in this particular session because the rain has made that the case already. You know, the rain has decided that's what's going to be. I don't expect we're going to stay below 150. Yeah, 158, 156. It's gone. It's gone. Yellow flag. Pellegrini has crashed. Pellegrini was in 4th. Curious. Okay, I'm going to save that for now, and we're going to move up here. Wait until we get a better opportunity there. That's perfect. Okay, we're also going to stay on the chassis for Morstan. Now, we are going to send him out, of course, even though it's on yellow flags, just to get that extra tuning in. So, it is going to be a bit of a weird season where I'm going to have to upload ahead of time. And you guys might be watching and being like, this was a bad decision, but I've already made that decision. You know? So yeah, it's gonna be odd. It's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna see how it works out on the channel though, because it will give me some information about how I could potentially run future seasons on the channel as well. Because I like getting feedback, I do. But it also makes it difficult time-wise to always be able to record after getting the feedback. For example, for a lot of these seasons of Golden Lap, I tend to do like every other day. And then I record on the day that there's not a video. So it's like episode 1 goes up on a Monday. I record it on a Sunday, goes up on a Monday. I record episode 2 on the Tuesday, goes up on the Wednesday. Record on the Thursday, goes up on the Friday. But if I randomly have a super busy Thursday, it can break that system. So I'm seeing if this season allows me to kind of go ahead of things a bit and just see how that works out and see if it works out well for the channel, for me, for my scheduling, for stuff like that. Hopefully you guys can understand. I do hope so. Dang it, one thing left unspent. But all in all, I'm just hoping we have a better season with LaBrahn here than we did with the Ezzolinis. And to be fair, so far, almost one qualifying session in, we are having a better time of it. We're up in the top 3. We're looking at podiums. And if we can challenge Moretti in the race tomorrow, then maybe there's a race win opportunity, you know? There's a lot of, look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Us makes 7 teams. 7 teams in the top 10 as things stand. Which is definitely a good sign because competitiveness, competition. Dang it, that's unfortunate. Just off of the chassis golden tune. We'll send them out, but they won't even get that lap started, so we'll times 8. And everyone will come back in. Others are setting their laps, but it doesn't matter. No one's going to be able to improve because the weather is terrible. So, second and third, not a bad start. Not a bad first quali from us. Can we go challenge in the race? It's going to be a rainy time. Again. It's going to be... Yep, yep, there we go. We're going to watch Woods off the start. 3 lights, 4 lights, and the first race of Season 4 of LaBrahn is underway. And look at that already. Morstan has got past Woods. and is going to now go and chase that. Wow, Woods drops to 4th. Oh, no. Not what we wanted to happen there. Morstan is also, unfortunately, not really chasing, not really catching Moretti out in front, but it is very, very much early doors. We've got a long, long way to go in this race, and it looks like it's, for the most part, going to be a wet race, unless at the very end the weather kind of changes up. Which means there might be DNFs, there might be crashes, there might just be opportunities for strategy that will allow us to get those positions back. Running 2 and 4 at the minute, of course. We were 2 and 3 after quali. Let's see what we can do here. The gap is opening up. Moretti is opening up a little bit of a gap. Woods has now been overtaken by Levi Mack. That's the... Oh, no, got it back straight away. I was going to say that's the other Rezzolini, but we've got that position back. Then lost it again because we got blocked by Maldonado, but then take the position back again, and then there's a yellow flag. Rodriguez has crashed. But I think it's far too early for any real change to the strategy as things stand. I don't think there's any point pitting now because it just puts you at the back into traffic and you're probably going to lose time. That's a puncture for Rinaldi, who comes out not at the back, but in 15th, which... That's interesting because that does change Rinaldi's strategy, and I would not be surprised if mayhaps, later on, Rinaldi finds himself up and in the points because of that strategic change. Or dead last. It could go either way. It's hard to know. Right. The gap is 9.5 seconds, Morstan. No, it's 10 seconds now. Woods is definitely quicker than Maldonado, but getting the job done is the task. While also trying to keep Levi Mack... Exactly what I said. Trying to keep Levi Mack in behind, who has now got past Maldonado. So the problem clearly was Paul Woods not getting the move done. Frustrating stuff. You need to focus up. You need to get the move done. There we go. So this is the chance. He's in the zone. There it is. There it is. Okay. Good stuff. Now, Bregman did go into the pits there a little bit early, which is interesting. Woods is not focused up this time. That's okay. We are running 2 and 4 with the Ezzolinis running 1 and 3. It's a slow stop for Cilliers. That's unfortunate. In the Wayland, we are running 2 and 3. Levi Mack is putting some pressure on Morstan and, in fact, is significantly faster than Morstan at the moment. But it's not easy to get that overtake done. Although it's probably made easier when our drivers don't focus up. And is that... No, look, Morstan keeping him behind at the minute. But all of this squabbling is allowing Moretti to just run away further and further. And there it is. No, it's not. Woods is now in the zone. Go and pressure Levi Mack. It doesn't matter. It hasn't worked out. Woods is in the zone again. Morstan got in front off the start, but Woods may well just get it back. I'm going to go no team orders right here. They're just going to race. It's the first race of the season. Can't overtake. Well, you should be able to. Now you're focused up, and he's not. Is this now just slowing down Paul Woods? No, there's the move done. There we go. Okay, they will now pit. We'll go on to some wet tyres at the end of this pit, end of this lap. Instantly gets the job done and then is like, oh, I can't focus. Not helpful. Not helpful at all. But we are going to pit in this time. Levi Mack is in behind, is obviously going to run off. But Ezzolini's made that pit stop. We should be safe and okay from Bregman, which I think we will be. Bregman's a decent way back, 20 seconds back. Are we destined for 3-4? Is that it? Is that the best we can do? It may just be Chris. Oh, and now the yellow flag. Oh, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. I was hoping the yellow flag would appear and we'd get a cheaper pit stop, but it wasn't to be. Slow stop for Rinaldi, puts him down to 12th. Rinaldi pitting on the yellows. It is curious. It's interesting. Interesting. Okay. Oh. Okay, Paul Woods is going to have to pit again. Might come out in 5th, might come out in 6th. Hard to know, but this does mean that Morstan gains that position on the podium right now. I do remember talking in an Ezzolini video saying, do the punctures happen more often because of the yellow flags? And it looks like that is the case. Oh, comes out in 4th actually. Bregman is still way, way back because it's under yellow flags. But this does change things a bit. It kind of offsets the pit stops that we were running, which is curious. Morstan's in the zone, but 18 seconds back. This is perhaps just going to be 3rd and 4th, and we're going to have to build the car. We're going to have to improve the car, and just do our best to kind of match the Ezzolinis. They are setting the pace right now. The horses are setting the pace, and we are, at the minute, struggling to match it. Now, can we burn? Not just yet. You would have thought with all those yellow flags we would be able to burn, but not yet. So, Moretti to Mack, 20 seconds. Mack to Morstan, 20 seconds. Morstan to Woods, 15 seconds. And there's just a lot of gaps between the cars right now. Morstan's in the zone. That's brilliant. Okay. Give it a go. Again, not quite there on... Oh, Woods in the zone as well. Not quite there on the pushing all the way just yet, but still, it's a long way to go. And the gaps, yeah, they really are solid. They're not really going anywhere at the minute. I think we will check the full burn at about lap 30. Rinaldi, look at that, is doing well up into 10th. And we'll have to do one more stop, I imagine. But then will everyone else? Of course, everyone else will as well. Woods has obviously lost out, but didn't really lose out that much. Obviously, he has currently lost out on a podium spot. Hasn't lost out much in terms of other teams. Which is, I guess, if you're going to get a puncture on the yellow flags and lose less time, you are still going to lose time, but you're going to lose less time. It could be worse. Okay, we're at 0.0 and 0. Oh, dang it, still not there. A little bit longer for Paul Woods. Of course, if there's a yellow flag, it wouldn't really change anything anyway. So let's check it now. 0.1. Okay. It's risky, but if there's any yellow flag, then we save the fuel and we make it up anyway. So it's not a big deal. Because I do want to see if we can bring that gap down even a little bit. If we can get it, if we can show a bit of pace, like last lap, we are quicker than those cars up ahead of us. And there's the yellow flag I was talking about. Okay, so we are going to pit on the yellow flag. And we are going to do that to bring a little bit of equilibrium to our cars. And then we will not have to pit again. There will be no need. And we will just run to the end. And look, the Ezzolinis have the exact same idea. So it is just going to be a sprint to the end. 18 laps. Running as much fuel as we can, really. You know, strong mix on the fuel. Going all the way to the end. 20 seconds is the gap. Pushing when we get told that the drivers are focused up. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we can do. Okay, the gap is 12 seconds now, which is curious because it was at 20. So where has that come from? Was there a slow stop? I don't remember there being a slow stop, but maybe there was. Oh, goodness me. Ronaldo, another yellow flag. And all of this time spent under yellow flags just means the likelihood that the Ezzolinis are going to be able to burn all the way to the end increases, because if they were burning at different points of the race, they're kind of getting that fuel back because of all these yellow flag periods. Mawson's in the zone. Okay, the gap is now 16 seconds. But Mawson just set a fastest lap. But the gap is still 16 seconds. The Ezzolinis have caught each other, so they're now in a fight. And you might well think that that would slow them down, and our gap might then come together, and it is a little bit. Mamaka's got Moretti. Goodness me. And Mac goes fastest. Morston's in the zone. The gap is 14 seconds. It's a decent amount. It's not done just yet. Moretti goes fastest. Woods is in the zone this time. Swap those guys around. And Woods really does take a chunk out of the gap up to Morston when focused up. But Morston's doing the same. This ain't over just yet. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. As soon as, look, they have to save fuel. They can't just push. Morston is getting there. Morston is getting there. Gap is 6 seconds. 6.5. Still 6.5. 5.7. 6.5. 5.7. Morston's in the zone. Okay, I'm going to calm you down, though, because you're full stress right now. That gap is coming down. Okay, we're going one-time speed now. Okay, fine. Morston not in the zone. Woods not in the zone. Times 2 speed. Get forward. 2.8. Morston is chasing down those Ezzolinis. 3.8. Opening up a little bit. 4 seconds. Okay, they've got a bit more in the tank. That's fine. Ooh, in the zone. Go, go, go. Go, Morston. In the zone. Moretti's got Mac again. Morston is closing the gap. Can't focus. Calm it down. Calm it down. 2.4. We might be able to steal a win. There's opportunity. There is opportunity. It seems like whichever Ezzolini is burning manages to get out in front, but then has to save to kind of to make it to the end potentially. You know, like it's clearly a bit of a yo-yo effect. The gap is nothing. The gap is nothing. Morston is right on their tail. In the zone again. I'm going to calm him down and then I'm going to push on that last lap. Here we go. Can we get the win? Can we go past 2 Ezzolinis? Can't get past Moretti. Yes, you can. Come on. Okay, push now. All the way to the end. Let's go. Last lap. Focus up. It's not focused. No. Not what we needed. The gap is nothing. You've got to step up. You've got to get him. The gap is opening up. 1.5. No. 1.3. 1.2. Can't get the overtake done, and we're going to finish in third. Oh. A puncture for Bregman. Does that mean he loses? No, I don't think Ryan's going to get there. Even though he's going very slow. Oh. Third and fourth, but so close. But Morstan takes the fastest lap as well. We'll have a celebration there. Well done. Whoa. Very difficult. Very close. Very quick. Good stuff. I mean, we did do that. I reckon we can do that. No team orders. We can do that. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go into the garage and we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to build a new engine. It's more or less the same strategy I ran last season. Morstan is going to be given the better engine. We're going to go for one... No, they're fine at the no, okay, 60 plus, 60 plus. So Woods gets a bit of an upgrade, nothing much at all. Ed Solini instantly went for the sabotage. Instantly. They are scared. They are quaking in their boots. They are scared. Okay, same situation as last time. It's going to be mostly a wet session. You're going to set your quickest lap times early doors. So they need to go and do just that. The LaBrahns together in a pair. Not really helping Morstan set quick lap time there, really. That's unfortunate. Morstan was quicker and could have been even quicker, but Moretti has gone and improved. Okay, Morstan gets priority here. We're going to focus up on the chassis. And it was terrible. It was absolutely awful. Love that. There we go. That's more like it. Morstan might have been much closer to Moretti. It seems like it's going to be a similar story across both Grand Prix, both qualifying sessions of both Grand Prix in this episode. Morstan's in the zone. That's good. Woods is not. Morstan is going to fly around, however, setting purple lap times. And that's it. That's the stuff. That's the good stuff. Again, that is just not very good. Is it wets yet? Yeah, it's going to be wets from now on. And again, hopefully, now that we're out in front, there won't be any improvements and we will just sit 1 and 3, control the rest of the session, start on pole. And now just try and have a little bit of a better time of it with our tuning, because this has not been a great start to the tuning. I'll be honest. But maybe Morstan with an engine upgrade is going to put those Ezzolinis to shame. Who knows? There we go. That's better. That's yeah, that is better. No, neither of those. I don't think. The risk is not worth it. We've got plenty of time. Not worth it. Morstan in the zone again. I don't expect any kind of improvement. It's going to be white sectors. But the lap time he puts in is actually not that far off his quickest lap time. So Morstan is in a run of form. Is doing some good stuff. Only managed to get third in that last race, but even like, you know, one extra lap. Who knows? He might have grabbed it. He might have taken the Ezzolinis and run away with the win. You can't tell me it's impossible. And if he starts on the front here today and he gets off the mark quick, he's got a good chance. There we go. That's better. That's a good little session there for Woods. And to be honest, Morstan is kind of quietly becoming the #1 driver here, because he's putting in some performances in these early, like, 3 sessions, essentially, the quali, the race, the quali. So far, he's putting in some really good times. Woods is actually improved. Interesting. Or maybe a little bit of grip coming in. Still 2.5 seconds off the pace, which is not ideal, but there is, I guess, an opportunity to improve. I don't want there to be, because I don't want Morstan to lose his position at the front of the pack, but you can't take anything for granted. Okay, Woods is in the zone. Okay. No improvement, even though Bregman did manage to improve, so I guess there was a chance of improvement, but didn't manage it, even in the zone, so can't really complain about that. Ah! Shouldn't have done that, that was silly. But got the next session in the bank to even things out. Okay. So it looks like we're going to be 1 and 4, and it kind of looks like early doors. It's going to be a bit of a LaBrahn versus Ezzolini showdown, just which in quali, in the race, in the drivers, in the constructors, all of the above. And we've got to make sure we come out on top. Oh my goodness, again! I'm actually annoyed. I'm annoyed for Morstan because those numbers were not fair. Okay, session done. We are not going to get another lap in, but we are starting on pole. Okay. Pole position. Well done, Morstan. Love that. Okay, here we go. It's going to be a okay, dry kind of race, but we need to make sure we get a good start. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we've got to be on inters. You can't start on... Okay, good. I was very worried for a second there that... Goodness me. Everyone's partying. I was very worried for a second that everyone else was going to be on dry tyres and I was going to be on inters, and I'd made the bad choice. Oh, come on, Woods. You've got to come help out Morstan. You can't... He's losing positions off the start, which is only really going to put pressure on Morstan because the Ezzolinis are in a pair together. Like I said, I think Morstan is just quietly becoming the #1 driver, while Woods is, I don't even know, just doing whatever he's doing. Doing whatever he's doing, down in 6th at the minute. The Ezzolinis have swapped position. Was that a team orders or was that genuine overtake? They are quick. Morstan's in 2nd. Morstan's in 3rd. And you know what? I put some of that down to Paul Woods. Just putting no pressure on the Ezzolinis. None at all. Leaving Morstan out to fight on his own. Not impressed. I'm not happy. He's back to 5th. He's got to get past Pellegrini. He's got to join this front trio. He's got to join the party. Not impressed. Woods is in the zone. Okay, go and get it done then. Well done. Okay. It is very, very nearly time for the dry tyres. I need to be able to react. No, they've not gone in. I'm thinking this lap has to be the one. So, take a look. Yeah, it's there. Okay, it's got to be the one. We're going to go into the hard tyres and then we're going to go into the medium tyres for Woods. We're going to put them on different strategies. Let's see if the Ezzolinis go in now. They do. There we go. So the decision was absolutely the right decision. And not everyone is going to follow. Look at that. Pellegrini deciding to stay out on those inters. Interesting. Those people on those inters, I'm going to guess it. Yeah, look at that. Woods is just blown by like 3 of them. And then blown by Morstan as well. That's a bit of a comeback statement there. Because now Woods is in front of Morstan. Pellegrini is more or less just kind of running a different race, I suppose. And the weather predicted all the way to lap 23 is good weather, is good happy weather. And Morstan may not get the job done. I can't give any team orders now if I want my sponsorship money. But the gap is 20 seconds. But that doesn't matter. And the reason that doesn't matter is because we know nothing. We know absolutely nothing. Jon Snow. That's a difficult one to take. That's frustrating. So all of our eggs are in Paul Wood's basket. Who can't focus. He's not focused. And I was giving Morstan all the praise. I was saying, look, his performances are earning him that #1 spot. And one mistake. A great clutch of points lost. And, you know, challenging. And there's the podium gone. Oh, it's the LaBrahn implosion. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. Okay. Where are we on pushing, burning? We can't just give up a podium here. We can't just let the Ezzolinis run away unchallenged. It's not on. Okay, we're going to pit this lap. We're going to go onto some hard tyres. We're going to run to the end of the race. Everyone else is on hard tyres. We're the only person on the mediums. Maybe that's part of the problem as well. I don't know. Maybe the mediums are just the wrong tyre. We should still come out in 4th. I don't think Maldonado is going to be quick enough to get round that extra hairpin and get in front. There we go. 4th place, running to the end, burning to the end. Not quite. Give it another lap. There we go. If Paul Wood's focus is up, he pushes. Other than that, we shall see. I want 3rd as a minimum. At the very least, I want 3rd. Now, at the minute, that is 18 seconds minus a pit stop away. However, Woods has just gone much faster than his fastest lap and almost matched the Ezzolini's and has taken third place after Bregman's pit stop. So just earning back good positions there. The gap is 55.5 seconds, now 55, 54. Not in the zone, has not been in the zone at all. Was he out on the party? Was he with Joel Ryan? Were they getting the beers in? Who knows? Still not focused up, buddy. You are getting on my nerves. Yes, you are. Okay, medium tyre for Levi Mack. I actually don't think the medium tyre was all that. So we'll see if we do catch him at all. 38 seconds at the minute. It's going to come down. Moretti is now the car in front because of the pit stops. The gap is going to be, I'm going to guess, about 20. 16 and a bit. Woods in the zone. Okay, about time, fella. 18 seconds. It is not improving. But Woods does have the quickest lap. And is in the zone again. 17. 16. Calm him down because he's getting close on that stress bar. Puncture for Silva. That's unfortunate because he's going to lose out position to Rinaldi. 14, 15. Okay. 16 again. They just put a little bit extra in there, don't they? They've got a little bit extra in the tank. He's not focused up. Goes at 151, which is relatively slow. But our fastest lap is significantly the fastest lap. So we know that when Woods is on it, he can take a couple of seconds per lap. But there's only 3 laps to go. So, yeah. Okay, I'm actually going to calm it down. We're just going to accept third. I don't think we're going to make up 17 seconds in 3 laps. We're just going to have to take that. He's in the zone. That's grand. But the only way we gain anything here is if the Ezzolini's absolutely bin it. Which I can't see happening. As Levi Mack goes on to the last lap. Moretti goes on to the last lap. And Woods goes on to the last lap. We will take third place and again, fastest lap, unless anybody steals it at the very end here, but fastest lap by quite a long way, over a second as well. 16 points taken for Paul Woods. Tim Mawston, unfortunately nothing. We celebrate another podium, but Ezzolini celebrate another 1-2, so good for them. Chapman actually got more points than us because of that DNF. We obviously could have had this, but did not because Mawston binned it. So Mawston drops to 6th. Woods is in 3rd. Not far off. Definitely still in with a shout, but Levi Mack has taken 2 wins. So, and Moretti has taken 36 points, so 2 second places. Of course, they lost 10 points, so they could have been even further ahead than they are. But they are not. I'm going to quickly hit the garage. And I'm going to say it's going to be a chassis upgrade next up. 27.95, not bad. Not great. Could be worse, could be better. Is what it is. And Paul Woods managed to finish the race. So I'm going to give him the chassis. We'll do a little upgrade on the engine again for Paul Woods, just because he actually ran the engine for the entire race. That will be it for today's episode. That is episode 1 of the new season, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I sincerely do. Hope you enjoyed it. We are definitely competing a little bit better. We've just got to catch up to those Ezzolinis. We've got to try and get rid of these mistakes, Mr. Mawston. And we've got to maybe hope that they make their own. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.